Probably the most asked question I get on a regular basis is, what airsoft gun do I recommend the most? Now you have to understand, the answer to that question is going to vary greatly on your particular circumstances. Are you playing indoors? Are you playing outdoors? Are you doing CQB? Are you running with a team? Are you more of a sniper? What's the environment like? Is it cold out? Is it hot out? Because all of those things play into what gun is going to work best for you. And unfortunately, there's not one solution that works for every single option that's out there. Now, if you're asking about playing here at Replay Airsoft Arena, the answer to that question is very simple, because it's the gun that we go to without any second thought. And that's the rental gun of the week that we're going to be talking about this week, which is the G&G Combat Machine. Now, the number one criteria I think of when recommending the G&G Combat Machines is the durability of this particular gun. You know, there are other guns that are out there that might be more accurate or have higher rates of fire, but when it comes to overall durability, when you pull the trigger and you want it to go bang, these guns are going to work every single time. And I mean, what good is it to spend a couple $100 on an airsoft gun that looks really cool and you go to pull the trigger and it just doesn't work? It just doesn't make any sense at all. Normally, these come with a 90-day warranty from the manufacturer. If you buy it through us, we double the manufacturer's warranty to a full 6 months. And even beyond that, we see so few problems with these guns. We use them as rental guns here at the arena because I know they're just going to work all the time. And that's the thing that matters to me. If I'm going to be paying money for something that I want to work, I don't want to see the thing on the repair bench, you know, up for repairs. And that's the main thing that you're going to get when you get a combat machine. The first gun we're going to be talking about today is the CM16 Raider, which is the short barrel version of the G&G CM16. Now, the CM16 Raider comes with the chop down rear sight, so it gives you a little more rail space. If you want to add a sight on there, you can easily co-witness it with your existing sights. It does also have the quad rail system on it, so if you want to add a forward grip or a flashlight or a scope, you can do that. If you're using it as a rental here, this is normally a $20 rental, but if you want to add a scope, we can do that and turn it into a $30 rental if you want to try it out with a red dot or any of the scopes that we have here on hand. The only real complaint I have about the CM16 Raider is the stock on this is a crane style stock. The butt pads are prone to fall off of this, and this is an important tip. If you ever buy one, just put a zip tie on the back of your butt pad and that'll keep it from falling off. I've seen a lot of guys lose these. Here at the arena, it's not that big of an issue because we can always find them, but if you're playing out in the woods and these fall off in a pile of leaves, they're kind of hard to get, and if you want to replace them, they're about a $20 replacement part. So if you want to save yourself some money, just remember, put a zip tie on your butt pad and that way you won't have any problems. The second gun we're looking at is also a G&G Combat Machine. This is a slightly modified version that, you know, occasionally we get bored here, so we'll take guns and mix and match parts on it. This was made with two different CM16 Raiders. We just sort of took the parts and made it into a two-tone just because I like the way it looks. We did modify this with a different front sight on it that's got the fold-down front sight. So if you want to use this with optics, you can remove the carry rail, lower the front sight, and then you can use it with an optic. Or if you want to use it with iron sights, you just simply raise the front sight, and it gives you a nice high sight picture for using this if you're using goggles and a face mask, which obviously playing here you have to use. Now, this gun has been modified as far as the front grip on this. We took off the circular handguard and added a Magpul PTS with the lower rail on it. So if you want to add a forward grip on it, you do have the lower rail, so you can add a laser or whatever accessories you want to add on to the gun. This is also a $20 rental, but like I said with the other one, if you want to use this with an optic, we can modify it for you, put the optic on it, and it becomes a $30 rental. The only other mod we did to this gun was we added a rubberized pistol grip on it, which gives you a nice positive grip on the gun. Out of all the guns, I like the M4 short barrel versions, especially for playing here because it's very easy to get around in close quarters with the shorter barrel. And because here your average shot's probably going to be 35 to 50 feet, you really don't need a longer barrel to compete here at this arena. The third gun we're looking at is also a G&G Combat Machine. This particular gun is one that we modified as well. Originally, this was a gas blowback M4 that, if you know anything about the G&G gas blowback line, they discontinued it recently. So we decided to modify this and turn it into an AEG. We took G&G's pneumatic blowback system and installed it into this gun. So it still operates as a blowback. It's just an electric blowback rather than a gas blowback. Once again, this has the short barrel on it, so this is very good for getting around in tight spaces. It has the removable carry handle if you want to add additional optics onto the gun. The other really nice thing about this one is that it has the ambidextrous mag release on both sides of the gun. So if you're a lefty, it's real easy to swap magazines out on this particular gun. Now, just as a general rule, when people ask me what my favorite airsoft gun is, my go-to gun is always the M4, because these are just so much more common out on the market that if you want to get different parts, different grips, different stocks, different gearboxes, or if just something breaks down and you just need a replacement part, I can guarantee you that we'll be able to get you back up and running very quickly compared to any other gun that's out there. And that has to be the greatest consideration when you get into a sport is, you know, unless you're getting into this to just be a tech and take your gun apart on a regular basis, most people get into the sport to get out and play. So having their gun in working condition is, to me, the greatest thing that you can have when it comes to an airsoft gun. Everything else is secondary. It's nice if it's accurate, it's nice if it has a high rate of fire, but if it doesn't go bang when you pull the trigger, it's just worthless to me. If you want to try these guns out, we have a number of these up for rent. The ones that we showed you today are all rental guns, normally $20 rentals, but if you come down on Sundays, remember Sunday is half price rental days, and you can rent these for $10 for the day. So if you want to get more information, go to our website at replayairsoft.com, or come on down here to the arena and try them out for yourself. So until then, don't let the bastards get you down.